AI, right? It's everywhere you turn these days. But honestly, forget the robots taking over the world scenarios for a second. The really juicy stuff, the battle that's going to shape the future, it's happening right now between Google and OpenAI.
Absolutely. We're talking about titans here, each one wanting to be top dog in a field that's changing everything, how we work, how we live, even how we think. It's huge.
And you've been digging into this, right? We've got your research right here. And let me tell you, it feels like a backstage pass to the biggest tech showdown around.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating stuff. We're talking about 6 key areas where this battle is going down. And the first one, it's all about language models.
The brains of the operation, right? This is AI that gets us, that can talk back in a way that feels almost human.
Exactly. Google's got Gemini, OpenAI has GPT, and of course, everyone's gone nuts for ChatGPT. And this is the heart of it, because language models are the foundation for pretty much everything AI is doing these days.
So, give us some examples. What's powered by these language models?
Well, think about those chat bots that are popping up everywhere, or those tools that help you write better, faster. Heck, even some of the code being written these days is being built with AI. And the really interesting thing is how each company is approaching it. Google, they're all about those really complex tasks like a super-powered research assistant. But OpenAI, especially with ChatGPT, they're nailing that whole human-like vibe, that feeling like you're actually having a back and forth with the AI.
It's kind of freaky how real it feels sometimes. I've messed around with ChatGPT, and it's seriously mind-blowing. And speaking of mind-blowing, let's talk search. Google, they're the king of that hill. But how's AI going to shake things up? Our source mentioned these AI-generated summaries that could give you the key takeaways from anything instantly. But then there's ChatGPT, which people are already using to do research in a totally different way.
Yeah.
More like a conversation.
It's about making sense of the information overload, right? And Google. Well, they've got the home field advantage, no question. I mean, they've been at this forever, indexing the web, figuring out how it all fits together. That gives them a huge edge when it comes to training their AI to find stuff. OpenAI, though, they're becoming the cool kid on the block, the one you go to for that personalized, almost spooky good research experience, like having an expert on speed dial ready to chat about whatever you throw at them. It's going to be fascinating to see who comes out on top there.
No kidding. Okay, so let's get a little geeky for a minute and talk about the developers. This is where things get really interesting. Our source highlighted how OpenAI is making a big deal about giving developers tools that are crazy powerful but still easy to use. They talked about this thing called model distillation, which is basically like shrinking the AI without losing any of its smarts. Makes it way more accessible, right? And then you've got Google flexing with that massive cloud infrastructure they've got. Things like Vertex AI.
This is the battle behind the battle, right? Who gets to build the future of AI? OpenAI, they want to put it in everyone's hands, make it easy for developers to sprinkle a little AI magic into their projects. But Google, with their resources and that cloud empire, they're all about providing the whole shebang, a one-stop shop for all things AI, especially for big companies.
It's a classic David and Goliath situation, only with way more lines of code. But here's the thing, it's not just our computers and phones, right? Google and OpenAI are duking it out in the voice AI ring too.
Yeah, think about Google Assistant with that Gemini Live technology behind it. And then you've got ChatGPT finding its voice, literally, and it's getting better all the time. Plus, they're both trying to win over the business world, offering AI solutions for everything.
It's crazy to think how much this could impact things, from how we diagnose diseases to how the stock market works. But with all this tech talk, it's good to know that both companies seem to be taking the whole ethics thing seriously, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the more powerful AI gets, the more important it is to make sure it's used responsibly. And they're tackling it in different ways. Google's being very cautious, integrating AI slowly and carefully, thinking about the consequences. OpenAI is all about baking those safety measures right into their models from the start. Like, how do we prevent this from going off the rails? It's encouraging that they're both putting so much thought into this.
So where does that leave us? Honestly, it feels like we're standing on the edge of something brand new, something that could change everything.
And the big question is, what role are we going to play? Are we just going to sit back and watch it happen, or are we going to step up and help shape how AI changes our world? That's the thing to remember, this technology. It has the power to be incredible, but it's up to us to steer it in the right direction. That's what I think about as Google and OpenAI keep battling it out for AI supremacy.